On this episode of Formula World, Hungary, best chance for McLaren. Vettel, shit hits the fan. Vettel delaying contract. Verstappen, finally feeling good. Force Mexico racing. Drivers disagree on Halo. First up on Formula World, Hungary, best chance for McLaren. Fernando Alonso has undoubtedly been frustrated with his car at McLaren since he signed on to drive for them, but he still manages to take some positives out of what is otherwise a bleak situation. When asked if he thinks the Hungarian Grand Prix would be better suited to his car, he had the following to say. Yeah, I think so. This is really the first time I had this possibility of hopefully feeling competitive and feeling the possibility to be there in Q3 and then maybe in the points. If something happens in front of us, maybe to even get a better result than this, maybe 7th or 8th, that is the maximum you can fight for at the moment. He went on to add that him and his team strategically took penalties in previous races so they could give themselves the best chance in Budapest. It's definitely an important weekend for us. We paid some penalties in the last 2 races to arrive here with some more freedom of engine choices and something more in the pocket. So hopefully it pays off this weekend. Vettel, shit hits the fan. Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel has described what happened at Silverstone as shit hitting the fan and has accepted that sometimes bad things happen and you just have to move on. Silverstone for sure was not the best race for us, but sometimes shit hits the fan and then it's not so pleasant. Obviously, the last 2 laps didn't help, but these things happen. Sometimes you suffer a puncture. It will not be the last one, unfortunately, in my life, and it has happened to all of us. You have a lot of races, some will be better, some will be worse. Despite having struggled in Britain, Vettel is looking at the positives that this weekend in Hungary might bring for him and the team. Now, the last couple were maybe not fantastic, but I'm very positive. We come to Hungary and we know the car is strong. We know we have a chance to fight for victory, and that's good news, so I think we should look at the positives rather than looking at one race where maybe things didn't go well for us and it turned out to go well for them. Vettel delaying contract. Leading up to the action in Budapest, Vettel was asked why there seems to be a delay in re-signing to Ferrari for 2018. As far as delaying, I think the fact we are working hard, both from the team's point and my point, I think we have other things to do right now. There's a couple of weeks stretch where there is no race, but for now I think the focus is extremely high on working on the car. That, at the moment, has priority. As I said, a piece of paper can be signed fairly quickly, so that's not a problem. When asked if he would be happy to stay on with Ferrari, he had this to say. I don't see why not. I'm certainly not ready this weekend. As I said, I'm not in a rush. I don't think the team is in a rush as far as I understood. I think I have a good contact to them. I think they would tell me otherwise. So, as I said, there's no problem, nothing wrong. Verstappen, finally feeling good. Verstappen has struggled all year with reliability and general bad luck, but there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel as Red Bull's upgrades they have brought to Hungary are working as planned, with Verstappen finally happy with how the car feels. I went out when everyone was doing long runs and the sector times were fine, so we are up there and it's looking good. I'm finally feeling good in the car at the end of a practice session, so I think we can work from here. In qualifying, Mercedes will of course turn up the power, so I think we still need to find a bit of pace to really fight them. But it's all looking a lot better than previous races. Force Mexico racing. With Force India looking to make a name change, driver Sergio Perez was asked what he thinks would be a good name for the team and had a few ideas for the team owner. Force Mexico or Force Checo? Checo would be good. Couple of ideas for VJ. I think the team is definitely moving in the right direction. Hopefully, very soon we can find out which name we will have for the future. Drivers disagree on Halo. For the first time since the FIA announced the introduction of the Halo, we have heard the drivers' response. It seems even the drivers have mixed feelings about it, with some all for it, others who don't really care, and some that are downright against it. Sebastian Vettel. The Halo test I did, for sure, you need to get used to it, but at least it didn't impact on the vision, so I think that was the biggest difference. Fernando Alonso. First is the safety, and if this device can help in many of the fatal accidents that we have had in the past 10 or 15 years, we would be all happy. That's the first and the only thing we should talk about. Nico Hülkenberg. I'm still going to race. I won't retire for sure. But yeah, I was never a big supporter of Halo or any other additional head protection. I will accept it and get on with it. Marcus Ericsson. If it can save someone in the future, it's great. Also, I tested it last year and when I drove with it, I didn't really notice it at all. Max Verstappen. I don't like it. I don't think you will lose a wheel very easily, and when there are parts flying around from the car, it's not really going to protect you. Stoffel Vandoorne. Aesthetically, it's definitely not the nicest thing we've put on the cars. I think for the FIA, that was the best solution. Sergio Perez. I'm in favour of it. Whatever has to do with safety, safety always comes first. I think if we had the Halo by now, it will have saved at least a life. That's worth the risk the FIA is taking with it. Kevin Magnussen. I'm also against it. I don't think it's what Formula 1 is about. In general, I don't agree that safety always is number one. I think there is a limit where it becomes too safe to be exciting. Will Red Bull be competitive in Hungary? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.